Imagine piling your plate high at a lavish cruise buffet, only to leave half uneaten. Now picture thousands doing the same every day. What happens to all that wasted food? The truth might shock you. Hey everyone, welcome to the deep dive into cruise buffet leftovers, the shocking reality behind uneaten food. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know the buffets are legendary. Endless rows of delicious dishes tempting you to load up your plate. But what happens when the meal's over and there's food left behind? Today, we're counting down the top 10 banned practices in handling those leftovers. We'll break down what each one is, why it's strictly prohibited, and the surprising reasons behind it all. This isn't just about waste, it's about health, the environment, and some eye-opening regulations that cruise lines must follow. Let's jump in, starting from number 10. Number 10. Reserving untouched buffet items back to passengers. What is it? This is when cruise staff might think about taking food that's been sitting out on the buffet line, say a tray of rolls or salads that no one touched, and putting it back out for the next meal service or even repurposing it in another dish. Sounds efficient, right? Why is it banned? Food safety rules from organizations like the FDA and international health standards make this a big no-no. Once food hits the buffet, it's exposed to the air, potential sneezes, or even subtle contamination from utensils and passers-by. Reserving it could spread bacteria like norovirus, which is a nightmare on ships where illnesses can spread fast. Cruises enforce a once-out, never-back policy to avoid lawsuits and outbreaks. Better to waste it than risk passenger health. Number 9. Directly feeding guest leftovers to the crew. What is it? Picture scraping uneaten food from passenger plates or taking surplus buffet items downstairs to the crew mess hall for them to eat. It's a common myth that this happens to cut down on waste. Why is it banned? Cross-contamination is the key issue here. Guest food might have been handled by hundreds of people, introducing germs or allergens. Cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Carnival follow strict hygiene protocols under the Vessel Sanitation Program, which prohibits this to protect crew health. Instead, excess unprepared food from the galley might go to crew, but anything from the buffet, straight to disposal. It's all about preventing foodborne illnesses that could sideline the entire staff. Number 8. Donating cooked leftovers to charities or ports. What is it? Offloading uneaten but still good buffet food to local food banks, shelters, or communities in port cities as a charitable act. Why is it banned? Liability and health codes are the culprits. International regulations and U.S. laws like the Bill Emerson Good Samaritan Food Donation Act have loopholes for cruises, but the risk of spoilage during transport or unknown handling makes it prohibited. Plus, port authorities often restrict it due to biosecurity. Think preventing the spread of pests or diseases from ship food. Cruises opt for safer waste management instead, avoiding potential legal headaches if someone gets sick. Number 7. Dumping solid, unprocessed food waste directly overboard. What is it? Just tossing chunks of leftover food, like half-eaten steaks or vegetable scraps, straight into the ocean from the ship. Why is it banned? This violates MARPOL Annex 5, the international treaty governing ship pollution. Solid waste doesn't break down quickly, attracting marine life in harmful ways or washing up on beaches. Fines can reach millions, as seen with Carnival's $20 million penalty for similar violations. Ships must process food into slurry first, and even then, only in designated areas, protecting ocean ecosystems from unnatural debris. Number 6. Discharging food waste within 3 to 12 nautical miles of shore. What is it? Releasing pulped or liquefied leftovers into the sea while the ship is still close to land, like during approach to a port. Why is it banned? Coastal waters are too sensitive. Dumping here could pollute beaches, harm coral reefs, or affect local fisheries. MARPOL rules require ships to be at least 12 nautical miles out for ground food waste discharges, and even farther in some zones. It's all about preventing nutrient overloads that cause algal blooms, which kill marine life. Cruise lines track this meticulously to avoid environmental scandals and hefty fines from bodies like the EPA. Number 5. Mixing non-biodegradable materials like plastics with food waste for disposal. What is it? Accidentally or intentionally combining plastic wrappers, utensils, or bags with food scraps before processing or dumping. Why is it banned? Plastics are outright prohibited from ocean discharge under MARPOL. They persist for centuries, harming wildlife like turtles that mistake them for food. Food waste alone can be handled sustainably, but mixing makes the whole batch illegal. Companies like Princess Cruises have been fined millions for this exact issue, emphasizing segregation to keep oceans clean and comply with global anti-pollution laws. Number 4. Discharging any food waste in marine sanctuaries or special protected areas. What is it? Letting go of even processed leftovers in ecologically sensitive spots like Glacier Bay in Alaska or the Great Barrier Reef. Why is it banned? These areas are hotspots for biodiversity, and extra nutrients from food waste can disrupt fragile ecosystems, leading to overgrowth or species imbalance. Strict IMO and local regulations prohibit all discharges here, with violations leading to probation or bans from ports. It's a key part of sustainable cruising, ensuring places like national parks remain pristine for future generations. Number 3. Not grinding or pulping food waste before ocean discharge. What is it? Skipping the step of using industrial pulpers to turn leftovers into a fine slurry and instead dumping coarser waste. Why is it banned? Unground waste doesn't disperse well, creating concentrated pollution that can suffocate sea life or float as hazards. MARPOL mandates grinding to less than 25 millimeter particles for safe discharge, promoting better biodegradation. Cruise ships invest in high-tech biodigesters to comply, turning waste into energy or clean water. Skipping this step risks environmental damage and international penalties.
Number 2. Illegal sneaking or unrecorded dumping to avoid disposal fees. What is it? Secretly releasing food waste at sea without logging it or in prohibited ways to save on port disposal costs. What is it? Secretly releasing food waste at sea without logging it or in prohibited ways to save on port disposal costs. Why is it banned? Transparency is crucial for accountability. Unrecorded dumps can lead to unchecked pollution. The EPA and IMO require detailed logs, and violations have led to massive fines, like Carnival's repeated penalties for magic pipe tricks with oily waste. Similar principles apply to food. It's banned to enforce ethical waste management and deter cost-cutting that harms the planet. Number 1. Indiscriminate throwing of food waste overboard without any processing or distance checks. What is it? The ultimate no-no. Casually chucking leftovers into the sea, anytime, anywhere, without regard for rules. Why is it banned? This is the core of all maritime pollution laws. It's devastating to marine environments, contributing to ocean acidification and wildlife entanglement. Historical cases like Holland America's illegal dumps in protected waters show why it's prohibited worldwide. Modern cruises use advanced systems like microwave pyrolysis to turn waste into fuel, but skipping rules can result in ship bans, criminal charges, and reputational ruin. It's the shocking pinnacle of why regulations exist, to balance luxury cruising with planetary protection. Whew, that's a lot to digest, right? From health horrors to environmental evils, these bans reveal the gritty side of cruise waste management. But it's not all doom. Many lines are innovating with zero waste goals, like Carnival's 44% reduction in food waste, turning scraps into biogas or animal feed on shore.
So, there you have it, the shocking reality behind cruise buffet leftovers. It's a world of strict rules, high-tech solutions, and a push toward sustainability that keeps the seas cleaner and our vacations guilt-free. If this blew your mind, hit that like button, subscribe for more behind-the-scenes travel truths, and drop a comment. What's the wildest thing you've seen at a cruise buffet? Share this video with your cruise-loving friends. And until next time, bon voyage and eat responsibly.